Okay, so 7 kinds of love. So guys, I'll be speaking with you. Ladies, if I'm correct, please make sure you give, in fact, the way we do it, you touch your husband if you're sitting beside your spouse. If you're not sitting beside your spouse, try and sit beside your spouse. If they're not here, then it's fine. But if they're here, sit beside your spouse. So if you, on a scale of, is it 5 now? It's not 10. So on a scale of 5, how important any point I mentioned is to you, you touch your partner's lap with those fingers. All right? So if what I said is just 1% or is category 1 for you in terms of importance, you can do like this. If what I said is very important, do like this. If it has even passed what you can use. All right, so let's do it quickly. Number 1, guys, listen very carefully. Number 1 kind of love women need is sacrificial love. So women love when you are willing to inconvenience yourself for them. That's actually the love the Bible recommends in Ephesians 5. It's called agape kind of love. So a woman likes it when you are willing to sacrifice your comfort, your money, your time to do something for her. How willing are you to inconvenience yourself for her? So they like sacrificial love. So yes, you want to sleep, but she needs help with something. Yes, you want to watch soccer, but she wants you to take her somewhere. She needs to see that the love has cost implications for it to make sense to her. The things you do for her that you do when it's convenient for you, they are also nice, but they are not as nice as when she sees that this thing has sacrifice involved. And you are willing, with a good attitude, to still show up or do it for her. So that's the first kind of love women like. So give a signal to your partner.
Under the table so that other people don't see. Okay. Okay, for men, men like unconditional love. So they want to be accepted for who they are, their very core, not because of what they do or what they have. Most times, in fact, when you go home and say, "Oh, I want to get married," you introduce your partner. In fact, in the regular setting, when people are about to get married and they introduce their partner to their families, if you introduce the man, the first thing they ask is, "What does he do?" If you introduce the woman, most times they'll say, "Oh, she's so pretty, so well behaved, so well brought up." So men have been trained to always do before they're accepted. So for a man, the kind of love he needs from his wife is that acceptance. Not necessarily accepting bad behavior, but accepting who he is so that he's comfortable enough and is given a foundation of security where he can be himself without fear of rejection. So men, vote.
Okay. Hope you have told your partner. Number 2 for the guys. The kind of love women like passionate love. Passionate love. One of the complaints women we have with men is that men are very, lethargic when it comes to romance or family life. She wants passion. She's created for passion. This is why if you refuse to talk to her willingly, you will talk to her by argument. Because you must talk to her. And the only time she gets some emotion out of you is when you are arguing. She would like to get those emotions normally when there's no trouble going on. So be a passionate lover. She still wants you to pursue her. Women enjoy being pursued. So have some passion. Because for us as men, because we are project-minded, once we have won this woman, we just log out, we move to other projects. You just think you need to keep pursuing her. She wants to know you are still interested. If she's somewhere, pursue her there. If she goes out and you've not spoken to her in a bit, call her to check on her that you're missing her. All right? If you say, "Why are you calling me?" Don't say, "I'm calling because I couldn't find the..." No. Say, "Oh, I'm just missing you. I wanted to hear your voice. How far with the salon? Are you almost done? Okay, we're missing you. Come home soon." No? And we're even looking for... That's how you do it. You don't start with what you're looking for. Okay? So she wants passionate love. So do you still look into her eyes? Do you still tell her you love her? Do you still admire her body? Do you still admire her soul? Do you still admire her mind? She needs passion. All right? She needs passion. Don't just allow things be dry because of the troubles of this life. All right? The troubles will always be there. But give some attention, some emotion, all right, to your wife. She needs passionate love, yes.
Okay, and then men, on the other hand, need what we call respectful love. Okay? They want you to acknowledge their decisions, acknowledge their values, their boundaries. The thing about men is that respect is not respect until the man feels respected. Because I hear a lot of women say, oh, but I respect him, what does he want? But for a man, you have to consider three things when you're dealing with him. Your tone, first of all. The timing of your conversation, whatever you're saying to them, or whatever you're doing, and the attitude. Sometimes what you are saying, no. All the time, what you are saying is correct, ladies. But it's the tone you're using. You're talking to him like you're talking to a child. You are correcting him as if you're correcting your child. The timing too is off. You have to read the room. Sometimes it's not the time. Let it go. You can have that conversation later. And then some other times it's the attitude. It's the way you even said what you said. It's not that he doesn't know that what you're telling him is correct. It's the way you're saying it. So for a man, respect is not respect until he feels respected. You have to respect a man on his own terms, not on yours. And you see, the thing about the Bible is that the Bible kind of explains, when it talks about submission, I think that we've taken the argument to the wrong side. When the Bible explains what submission is, it doesn't really talk about obedience. That's not really where the Bible is going. Let's look at it in Ephesians 5:33, and I'll read you the Amplified Classic Version. It says, however, let each man of you, without exception, love his wife as being in a sense his very own self. Where I'm going is with the women. It says, and let the wife see that she respects and reverences her husband. Now, if you don't know what that means, it expands it. It says that she notices him, that she regards him, that she honors him, that she prefers him, that she venerates and esteems him, and that she defers to him, praises him, loves and admires him exceedingly. If you look at all those things, you realize that it's not necessarily an issue of obedience. It's more about value. It's more about worth, the worth you place on your husband. That you notice those little times when he's not in the mood, when he's down, that you praise him, that you veneration almost talks of worship, it's adoration, that you adore your husband. He wants to feel adored in his own home. So there are two things I always say to women. Don't speak to your husband rudely in public or in private. Never raise your voice at your husband. Because women like me to simplify it, so I'm going to simplify it for you. Never speak to your husband rudely in public or in private. Never speak about him rudely in public or in private. The first one is don't do it to his face. The other one is don't do it behind his back. Don't do it with people that are close to you. It might be a joke to you, but you see, disrespect is infectious. Once you disrespect your husband to your family, they'll follow suit naturally. So men want respectful love. It's not just I buy him a gift, but how do you treat him? How do you speak to him? Do you treat him like he's your child? Do you talk down at him in front of the children just because you think you know better? That's where submission really kicks in. Where you know that you may be fast at making the decision, but you still allow him lead.
All right.
So men, on a scale of 1 to 5.
Give your wife signal.
Let the wives know.
Number 3 for the guys, women need what I call jealous love. Jealous love. Now, this is not the same as jealousy or insecurity. But why I call it jealous love is because she needs to know you are still jealous over her, not jealous of her. But in terms of that, you are still protective somehow of her. She still wants to know that you think she is so beautiful that you are going, I don't want people to be toasting you. I don't want this, your figure is still showing, this your cloth is tight. From a more positive point of view, she needs to know she's still attractive. She needs to know. We saw in the Bible, Sarah was still hot at almost 100 years old, but the secret to that was the jealous love that Abraham had. Abraham felt she was the hottest thing in the world. Because even when they were going to another country at her old age, Abraham said, you are so hot, the king there or the people there will want to toast you. When a woman hears that, of course she will be glowing. Women are interesting. Your wife you have is a total reflection of how you've treated her. no matter her age. So some women are very young, but they look old because of who is handling her. But some women are older, but they still look young because of who is handling. So you must have that jealous love. Not jealousy, not insecurity, please. But you think she's still beautiful, no matter how old she is. So Abraham saw his wife, they were going, he said, look, you are too hot. If you go there, they will want to toast you. And truly, like he said, when they got to that country, the men in the country saw and said, who is this fine girl? And she was so fine that the men said, look, this girl is beyond our level. Do you understand? The guys all agreed that she's too fine, she's beyond our league. This one is the king that will date her. And truly, they told the king, and the king said, this girl is so fine, I will date her. Everything Abraham said about her was exactly what happened. That's how beautiful she was at that old age, because he always showered her with that compliment. That, aura was around her, and she still carried herself with that confidence. So, ladies, tell your husband how important this is, that he still admires you and finds you attractive at any age.
Okay. So the next point, I don't see people giving feedback though. You guys
hope you are giving the feedback or under the table.
You guys are very skilled in this church. That's what I'm saying, they're very skilled. The last church we went to, they were very...
Yes, they were touching, we were all seeing the results.
One woman who sat on her husband, like at one point. So like this point is too important. But the way they're looking straight in this church, everybody's just looking like they're spiritual and just touching.
Yeah.
Okay, for men. Men need prioritized love. And by that, I mean that they need to know that you prioritize them above all others. Even the children. Maybe I should say this. Especially the children. Because I notice that a lot of couples have issues when the woman is pregnant. All of a sudden, the man is no longer important. Everything is about her baby. Everything's about her baby. And you see, the man is disconnected from that relationship because you and baby are having an internal relationship and the man is on the outside. So when the baby kicks, you have to invite him to be a part of that for him to connect with that. When the baby puts their knee somewhere, you are the one that knows that you rub, oh, don't do that to mommy. That intimacy is building. But the man feels excluded. Now it becomes even worse when the baby is now born. When the baby is born, you know that the baby needs you. You are thinking your husband can fix his food. He doesn't need me to give him a bath. He doesn't need me to change him. But at that point in time, most men become withdrawn, and worst case, they even cheat. And because I'm an infidelity recovery specialist, I've noticed that this happens around that period. That's when most people start to experience that kind of infidelity happening. So you have to become intentional about carrying your husband along and be intentional about making sure he knows that his priority, even though the children need you or other members of the family need you. The truth is, at some point, the children will leave. And that's what you must remember. I've noticed that in parenting, there are two challenges. The men easily step away from the child. The mother finds it hard to let go. So you guys have to be a team to realize that these children will go, whether you let go of them or not. One day they will come home and say, Mommy, there's this girl. And when they say there's this girl, just know that your time and your reign is over. Because in your mind, you are the queen of his heart. Oh, my son loves me, my son. And your husband is just laughing that he will come and meet me. He will go. And truly, that's what they do. Even for the fathers, you think your daughters will always be there. They won't. They will come home without mercy. They'll just come and tell you, there's this guy. And then on the wedding day, they'll be kissing your daughter as if they don't have respect. So you better adjust to the idea that you only have each other.
Yeah.
And so you must be intentional. So wives, one of the things that makes men draw closer to you is when you let them know that they are prioritized.
All right, guys, give your feedback. Yes. All right. Hope you have given it. Next one, guys, next kind of love women like is daddy love. What do I mean by daddy love? Sugar daddy love. The first person a girl falls in love with is her dad, especially when he's a responsible and good dad. All girls fall in love with their dad. And in every or most women's fantasy, they still want a sugar daddy. That's why whenever they do a movie that has sugar daddy, you see all the women are happy. Yeah, Odogu. This is worldwide. It happens because women fantasize about a rich, generous, lover. that doesn't spare any expense, that spoils them, basically. Every woman has that dream that they will marry a man or be with a man that spoils them. So once in a while, husbands, be that man. Spoil your wife. Sometimes allow her or help her or fund her to buy something she would never buy for herself. Most women that are prudent will have guilt spending money. So you need to once in a while, put money in her account, let her go and spend it. Once in a while, send her shopping. Once in a while, get some of her friends that will help her spend to go with her to shopping and let them spend money. Sponsor her on a girl's trip. Sponsor her on one lavish vacation. Fly business class if you don't fly business class. Give her some spoiling. She will look at expensive jewelry. She won't want to buy it. Drop your card. It's important that you spoil your wife. It's every woman's fantasy. And if she's a good woman, she'll be telling you, no, you don't have to. Me, I'm telling you now, you have to. Go ahead and do it. She'll say you shouldn't have. So every woman likes a sugar daddy that is protective of her and loves her from that spoiling point of view. All right? My wife is like that. She's very prudent. If she goes shopping, if you see same thing, is something $70, she'll say, she can't buy it, it's too expensive. She will go right in the same store, something $70 for the children, she will buy 3. She's okay to spend for the children because she has 3 kids. She'll buy but for herself, she can't spend that same money. So I make sure that I'll say I will pay. Just make sure you spend it, buy anything. Whether you like it or you don't, you're not sure, just buy. So I always force her. So women like someone that will spoil them, all right? And be protective of them. There are times she's overworking. So some days ago, we were in Dallas to preach as well. So we had to sleep in late that day. So we woke up later in the morning. When she woke up, I was already awake. She woke up, said, give my phone. I said, why? She just want to check on the children. I said, they're okay, sleep. And she was saying, no, if I will be thinking of them, I won't sleep. And I refused to give her the phone. And a few minutes after, I heard her snoring. So she was actually tired. But because impulsively, women sometimes their brain overthinks. They want to, I said, no, sleep. So be protective. The reason why many men think their wives are not submissive is that a lot of times your ideas are to favor you. If she sees that your decisions and ideas are for her good, you will see that every woman is submissive. Have you seen women in a salon before? Very submissive. Because they know that what they are doing is for their good. They say, sit down here for 2 hours. You just sit down like this, bend back. No argument. She's submissive. If she believes that what you are saying is for her benefit, she will submit. All right.
Okay. So, give feedback. Give feedback, ladies. Okay, so for men, the next expression of love is supportive love. And this means that men want you to stand by them when there are challenges. This is one of the reasons why men are not really vulnerable, because they expect that when they do open up about the challenges they're going through, you would either attack or walk away. So men want supportive love. They want that encouragement, especially when they're going through challenges. They want you to believe in their abilities to bounce back. They want encouragement. Interestingly, this is a bit similar to the kind of love women want in terms of daddy love. This is mommy love. A mother will support her child through anything. If the child is not doing well in school, it's not the child, it's the school that is not teaching well. Yes. If a child is in prison, it's not the child, it's the child's bad friends.
Yes.
So a mother would always create that environment where her child would thrive. And if they challenge, I remember when I was in, I think grade 4, what you guys call, grade 4, so that's year 5, grade 4, year 5. And I had these math teachers that I was very scared of. And they made me feel like I wasn't intelligent because I was very bad at math, very bad at math. My mom believes I would have been great at math. My teachers were bad at teaching me. So one day I just came in. I was in library, always in library because I love to read. So they told my mom was in school. And I was like, what's my mom doing in school? And I walked into the class, hear my mom telling the teacher, you are an irresponsible teacher. You are very bad at it. She went on and I said, and to prove to you, this girl is going to take common entrance and she's going to enter from year 5. I'm like, Mom, don't make promises on my day. I can't leave us. I still have 1 more year before I take common entrance. And Mom she went off on them. And I'm going to prove it to you. And truly, my mom took me home and started teaching me herself. And I left from grade 4 into what would be grade 6 here. Middle school. And I moved into middle school. So my point is that a mother will always protect and fight for their child. That's what your husband wants. He wants a woman that will stand by him through challenging times. Not a woman that walk around making it worse. He's going through something and saying, you see, because you never listen. I told you, when I talk to you, don't hear. But you're there, either you are helping in terms of being able to bring a solution, you are praying through, or you are just there giving support and telling him I believe in you. So men want supportive love. When he's going through a challenge, it's not the time to hide your money. It's not the time to hide your money. It's time to bring out your money and say, look, I believe in you so much that you're going to bounce back. This is how much faith I have in you. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So men want, and it's the kind of love they never want to ask for, but it's one of the kinds of expressions of love that they need the most. So men need supportive love.
Okay, next one. Can we take 10 more minutes to finish this? Pastor, we can use 10 more minutes. Yes, I just want to be sure. All right, next one quickly. Women like public love. All right, some might not admit it, but women like when you publicly show that you love them. Some people call it PDA, public display of affection. Because some men, if they are working, they find it hard to hold their wife's hand. They find it hard to hug their wives. The only time they hug guys in the bedroom when they want to do something. Women like you to publicly show that you love them. Holding hands, hugging her, kissing her in public, things like that. Posting her. Some men need to beg them to post. I even see some women have to take their husband's phone and put her own picture and post it. If you're a man like that, that's a horrible thing. You are causing problems in the world. All right? Please publicly declare your affection for your wife. Most women like that. So publicly post her. Your DP, your profile, your whatever, her birthdays, special days, post her. Sometimes it looks little, but it has great impact. And if you can't put in that small effort of just posting her, then to her, it doesn't register that you value her. We know you are busy and you have the whole problem of the world on your shoulders. But simple public display of affection, telling the world how you feel about her, matters to most women, all right? Don't let them be begging you to post on birthday, begging you to post on Valentine's Day, begging you to post on Mother's Day, all right? Hold her hand, hug her, kiss her in public, all right? Women like public display of affection, or what I call public love, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to rush through mine. Men, on the other hand, like what I call affirming love. So for the women, you want them to post you. The men want to hear it, okay? They want you to say it, both in words and in actions. They want compliments, they want praise, and they will be really uncomfortable asking for it. But it would be nice sometimes for the man to come back and just sit down, tired from work, and you go and tell him what a great dad he is, what an amazing provider he is. So men want you to verbally affirm them. So affirming love.
That takes to my own next one, firm love. Firm love. So, guys, ladies actually like a man that is firm. Now, firm is not the same as being domineering or, abusive. No. However, because of how a woman's emotion can be shifty, she would appreciate your own stability. But many men think their role is to follow their wife's emotion. And so he thinks he's going to impress her by being shaky. She will still insult you. So you didn't know what you want to do. So it's important that when she's being thrown by a situation, you are stable. She likes your firmness. Your firmness is what makes you masculine. So what men don't understand about women, that just because a woman is complaining doesn't mean she necessarily needs you to change what you're doing. For her, sometimes she's expressing how she feels. It doesn't mean she change. Sometimes you are right. She just doesn't like the idea. But she likes you to know what you are doing and why you are doing it. Your conviction is very important because you are the leader, you are the head. You should be clear on what you want to do. Now, I'm not talking about dominating or not listening to your wife. That's not what I'm talking about. But I mean, women appreciate men that are firm. I gave the example of when my wife wanted to use her phone and I told her not to use it. Like I said, that was me being firm. That's the kind of thing I mean, okay? She wanted to quickly start, and once she wakes up like that and picks phone, I know she won't sleep again because her mind will just start going and going. So I said, no, sleep. And the moment I talked her out of it, she slept back. After like 10 or so minutes, she woke up again. I said, give my phone. I said, no. And twice the same thing happened, she slept back. So she actually needed that sleep. I don't know if you're catching what I'm saying. So that's what I mean by you being firm love. Sometimes your wife might be overworking herself, agreeing to things she should not be agreeing to, that will come. You say you can't come. See the time. You can't go. You won't make it, and you will spend your whole day there, and you won't have time to do other things. You say, no, but I promise them. Say, no, you will not go. So that's what I mean by firm love, okay? The love is protecting her. You are putting your foot down sometimes for her own good. Or maybe she wants to be overly. That's why we have a lot of mother-in-law issues. Because we have dads that are not firm. If a man is firm in the house, your wife should not be going to disturb your sons or children's marriage. If the man was firm. Say, no, you're not going. Sit down. Let them sort it out themselves. But most times the men are weak. They think their job is to agree to everything their wife is saying. Let's go. Sarah, come and sleep in my house today. Abraham say, yes. He go, no, that's time to be firm. And say, no, we can't sleep. God has promised, you see. Let's not sleep with Hagar. Same thing with Adam. Eat the apple. It's not apple, by the way. Eat apple. He said, should I eat it? Yes. Oh, I know I love you. Eat it. No, that's time to be firm. I said, drop that thing. God said we should not touch it. That's what I mean by being firm. Not wickedness, okay? It's being firm for her own good. Women like firm love.
Okay. Men like playful love. God's going to help us first. Right?
Yes, we're almost done now. Okay. Just one more. Two more.
So, God, I say God. Men like playful love. So, men want you to be friends with them. They want you to go on adventures. The truth of the matter is that most men, when they grow up, they are still little boys at heart. So, they want to play, they want to have fun, they want to enjoy. So, the truth is, growing up, the average man heard, leave that toy alone, go and read your books, go and read your books. And he's planning in his head that one day he will be in his own house. He can afford to buy all the toys he wants, all the cars, all the PS, all the everything. Then he gets married. And then he wants to buy the car. You say no. His baby, yes, it's the only thing you do. He wants someone who will play with him and somebody who will allow him play. Okay? So men appreciate women, because a lot of women think that all I need to do in my house is be a praying wife. Your husband also needs a playing wife. Not just a praying wife, but somebody who is willing to go on adventures with him, do fun things he's always dreamt about doing. Some things he's even told you when you guys were dating, and he's probably even forgotten. Over time, just come up with those ideas. Well, let's go on this, let's do that. I remember, Pastor K will accuse me that I've abandoned him, but
yes, she has changed now.
I still try. Be honest, I still try.
A bit.
When you're speeding all those, you're speeding
a
in
bit.
that car. But honestly, first couple of years in our marriage, we did a lot. Pastor, and you must understand your husband's personality as well. So Pastor is very adventurous. He likes fun things. I don't know if I shared it here the last time. Our first trip to, I think it was our first or second trip to Abu Dhabi, and we went to Ferrari World, where the fastest roller coaster in the world is. And Pascal just likes all those kind of dangerous things. You know, regular men will take you on vacation, even go to the beach, do romantic things. My husband, he wants to die. He wants to do bungee jumping. He wants to drop from a plane. We'll go bike riding on Hafid Mountains. Hafid Mountains is very windy, and only one car or one vehicle can pass per time. So it's one of those kind of dangerous. I did all those things. My husband said I did not try. I did all those things. I even went with him to, what's that called? G-Shock, the one that takes you up, and you can see the whole of Abu Dhabi. Then he brings you down, then takes you up again, then drops you. All those kind of crazy things. My husband made me do them. And I did it with him. And I find that when I do those things, I see the childlike joy, and in that period, I'm the best wife in the world. I can ask for anything at that time, So be your husband's friend. Don't just think that I'm here after all, I'm praying. Now, anybody can pray until rest. Everybody can pray. But not everybody can play with him. So play with him, pray with him, but play with him.
Yeah.
And let him play as well. Let him buy that car. Let him buy that PS5. Or buy it for him, better still.
Better.
You win extra points.
Better. Hallelujah. Yes, she used to play roughly with me, but nowadays, because she has children now, she doesn't want to play with me again.
That's wisdom. The two of us cannot die at the same time.
None of us will die, don't worry. All right, my second to the last one, we're about to round it up. Women like romantic love, for sure. If you're a guy, you can't be too tired or too old or too stressed to be romantic. All right, it spices your marriage up. No marriage fails overnight, it fails over time. So when you start neglecting the simple things, thinking, we can't afford that now, we can't do that now, the juice and the sauce in the marriage will just start going down. So please still be romantic, still do some gestures, still do some surprises. In our study of secrets of happy marriages, we have 10 secrets of happy marriage, one of it is treats. There must be treats. There must be special things you do, not just the regular things that make a marriage work. It's not just paying bills that make a marriage work, but sometimes the fun things, the treats. When last did you do something for your partner that still got them surprised and made them feel in love with you? So still buy those gifts, still hide those presents, still do something they are not expecting, still surprise them, all right? I found out, your wife might never act like she needs it, but trust me, it adds a lot of spice when you still surprise her, buy her something she's not expecting, do something surprise for her. That has always been a culture in our own home. I'm always, thinking of ways to surprise her, and make her happy, yes.
Okay. Then for men, please, ladies, give feedback if that works for you. Please give feedback. Okay. Physical love for men, aka sex. Yes. Men want sex. They don't just want sex. They want to be wanted. So men don't just want to have sex with you. They want you to initiate sex. Half the time, women just think that just being there is enough. That's not enough. Men want sex. And a lot of times, I also hear women say, my head, we don't really need your head, man. Can the rest of your body cooperate with us? Men need you to initiate sex. Now, I believe that you won't always be in the mood. So that there's a way I describe marital sex. There's beautiful sex and there's dutiful sex. Okay? So beautiful sex is when we're both in the mood. We have time for long foreplay and everything. Everybody's really excited and it doesn't matter who initiates. We both want it anyway. There's fire in our eyes. We're tearing our clothes. We're trashing plates. We're not really doing that, but let's just imagine, for the sake of example, that we're doing that. But then there's also dutiful sex, where one person really wants to have sex and the other person is not in the mood. Mm-hmm. Now, you have to render due benevolence. That's what the Bible says. So you have to commit to giving pleasure. And one of the things I've learned about dutiful sex is if it's done right, it ends up being beautiful sex. So you may not be in the mood in the beginning, but are you willing to allow your husband, and we know who's usually not in the mood, allow your husband have a quickie? Mm-hmm. So beyond allowing your husband have sex as often as he needs to, also initiate sex. Men want to feel wanted as well. So men, please let the women know. Feedback.
Yes, sir. And I always add that we'll be 20 years in marriage this September. Yeah. And in these 20 years, my wife has never said no to me in terms of sex. Yes. I always like to say that because some people always feel it's not possible that, no, there are people putting in their best. All right? There are people putting in their best. You won't always be in the mood. All right? But if you understand, you're willing to serve your partner, you will show up whether you're in the mood or not. I know that sometimes the guys are not showing up, but any which one. My own last point. Guys, one of the love a woman really likes is faithful love. Faithful love. Loyalty, fidelity. One of the biggest mistakes a man can make is to cheat on his wife. Trust me, your marriage might never be the same again when you do that kind of thing, all right? Do your best to be loyal, to be faithful. Women appreciate faithful love, all right? So, and infidelity is not until you even have a physical contact. There's financial infidelity. There's WhatsApp infidelity, So, for women, it incredibly affects how they see you if you ever break trust. So if you're a guy in the house, please, if you have never done it, please never do it. It might totally change the trajectory of a marriage forever. Even after there's forgiveness, the healing might take longer than you plan. It's not worth it at all. And if you have already done it, please make sure you rebuild trust. Don't make the mistake of saying we hug ourselves, tell each other sorry, and we'll move on. There's no such thing. You have to go through a proper healing process. There's infidelity recovery specialists that will take you through a healing. We have dealt with couples that 20 years after, because they never went through a proper healing process, they are still dealing with the issue of 20 years ago. So don't make that mistake. It's a common mistake people in church make. Oh, you've caught your husband cheating. Any kind of cheating, whether it's even chat. Trust me. Or wife, by the way. But I'm speaking in context now.
Yeah, but interestingly, men are the ones that can't even handle it.
Okay.
When a woman cheats, that's most times, if the man brings it up, marriage usually would end.
Okay. But this time I'm talking to men.
I just wanted to put it out there.
Let me just talk to the guys.
Women cheat.
Yes, women cheat. Women, of course. Of course. In our practice, we've seen all those things. So, but please, I'm speaking to the guys in particular. Women love faithful love. So, if you have ever had those kind of things, please make sure you are properly healed and it's properly dealt with. Don't just say sorry and move on, because somehow women don't forget things easily. It just sticks and it can linger and affect the whole tone of the marriage. And you must be deliberate about rebuilding trust. Saying sorry is not the same as rebuilding trust. You must consciously rebuild trust with transparency, with truth, and with time. All right? Transparency means from now on, you are transparent. This means even when you go out and you are alone, don't wait for them to call you to check on you. You call to report your situation. Do video call. You do video call by yourself and say, I'm with John and John. We are greeting you. We are saying hi. Greet John. Jesus, we're here. You report where you are and who you are with without being asked. That transparency helps your spouse to process and to heal. Then truth. It means from that time, you can't be saying anything that is not so. If you say you are in so-and-so place, make sure that's exactly where you are. If they cite you somewhere else, you have broken that whole thing you're trying to build. And then it also takes time when those two things are applied. So guys, please stay faithful. It's the kind of love that women appreciate. All right? Having password on your phone that your wife does not have, you're already a suspect. In fact, not suspect, you're already guilty. You're already guilty. For you to be hiding something, it's a no-no. Women naturally have the tendency to overthink. So you must constantly create clarity. The moment you are doing anything shrouded in secrecy, her mind, there's no limit to where her mind will go. You travel to Africa, you don't call every 2 or 3 hours. She will think you have gone to do traditional marriage of another person. Her mind can go anywhere. So it's your job to keep the communication going and be transparent. Yes.
There's no more time.
Okay. So hope you were blessed. We'll do the Q&A in a bit. Thank you.
Amen.